Many are asking us, what is the unified whole? And why is it so important to connect with them? It seems to me that a lot of people talk about oneness on this planet, but they don't really know what that means from a higher spiritual perspective as who they really are. We've all heard the expression, we're not humans being spiritual. We're spirits in a human body. The unified whole represents the beginning of our essence. It's a frequency of being that is a conglomerate of energies and represents the 144th dimensional reality, which of course is each of us on a wider picture. And we're at a time in evolution that every soul has this capability to go within the oneness that we all part of, that we exist within. That's the oneness. It goes way beyond a lack of prejudice and an inclusion and an acceptance of everyone's lifestyles. Time is not linear, and each being of light has the capacity to walk into this reality of the unified whole from the 0 point to the 144th dimensional reality. It means that every aspect of our life streams, that is beings and souls, have the accessibility to leave the old elements behind and only bring in the highest knowledges associated with those lifetimes or experiences, whether they be human, interplanetary, angelic, and even if we go into the formlessness. Those life streams that we have all been through the ages. The unified whole, and what we're talking about, includes the spiritual hierarchy and all the beings that are part of those energies. The Brotherhood of White Light is already within the oneness. And it has simply been our own conceptual understanding that they reside only within a certain dimensional frequency, which is not accurate. Within the 144th dimension, all existences of Earth, interplanetary, multi-universal, cosmic, they're included. It's the entire God force of Divine Mother and Father God within the realm of creation. Their knowledge and teachings are available as they have left behind the pantheons of the past. Pantheons are any structure, institution, dogma, belief system that places itself as the most important. That is not the oneness. And so that is a pantheon. And think of all the pantheons. Egypt has become a pantheon. It's mythology. The Roman gods, the Hindu gods. And it's not just religious entities that become pantheons or personalities. Governments, cultures, schools, they can all be pantheons. Anything that has a restriction of the freedom of the totality of belief systems or being. Within the unified whole, we are working with the creation of unity and love without the individual personalities that have gotten in the way previously. They serve their purpose, clearly. But there comes a point when they no longer assist. As we, as an evolution of our heritage, ascend with Gaia into the new earth energies. It means that we are no longer accessing the parts of them associated with all those elements that do not fit into the essence of wholeness or unity. We at Walking Terra Christa, we learned about the unified whole almost a year ago. That was around the time of the 11-11-11. And it took us some time to fully understand the concept ourselves. We have taken this knowledge into our work completely, as we found it was a very important component of existing in the higher realms while still living in the third and fourth dimensional frequencies. So it literally takes us out of the world of duality and allows us the accessibility of oneness to be a physical reality and not just within our consciousness of feelings or thoughts. Because it's not simply about thinking about the oneness. You have to be the oneness. And as humans, we don't even understand what that means, because we are, simply by the fact that we're in a third and fourth dimensional reality, we're not the oneness. So that's why getting introduced to a concept that is way more than a concept of the unified whole is such assistance to us. If you've ever listened to any of our calls, we connect with the unified whole by opening up the energies and going through this consciousness. It is a very important part of connecting with the higher realms, as otherwise we can easily receive aspects of each of the ascended masters or light beings which are not in this wholeness, in this oneness. And that is very important to know. And many, many, many people just don't understand that or know it at this point in our history of evolution. Because what happens is when you're receiving information, especially in a psychic manner, but even in a meditative or higher state of awareness, if you don't have a way of having the angelic realms and the realms beyond the angelic, which is the unified whole, assist you in a full knowingness, not just a guessing kind of way, how are you going to know who you're communicating with? This is quite a quandary. It's quite an issue, and now, with the evolution of our pathway of becoming humans who are walking a mastership pathway into ascension, which Melaresi has always called de-ascension, because you're not ascending anywhere. You're actually just bringing in to yourself your higher essence. So you're bringing it down. All of the masters, all of the archangels, all of the spiritual hierarchy, all of the gods and deities, if they're in the pantheons, they're very real, because they were a consciousness that was created and existed on planet Earth. And we have access to all of this. And it has access to us. Lord Sananda, Saint Germain, Master Kuthumi, Archangel Michael, Lord Adama, just to name a few, all have lower aspects. So it is imperative to connect with their highest essence and not parts of themselves that may be coming from an aspect of their personality that was embodied on Earth or otherwise at some time. This also means that lower entities that try to enter a person's consciousness during channeling or meditating will not be able to do so, as they will not be in the unified whole. So calling upon the unified whole is what we're talking about. There is a council that overlights the energies of the unified whole. It's called the Unified Whole Command. It is directed through Master Thoth, and we recently found out that his higher self is the great divine director. Another aspect is Albert Einstein. So you begin to see how aspects work. They will be blending their energies completely on December 21st, 2012, as one unified being, just as many others are doing. Many people question, since they know there's no such thing as time, why these dates are so important. And the fact of the matter is that there is no time, unless you're living within a linear existence. Well, that's what we're doing. So for us, yes, there is time. And as we interface with time and space, as Albert Einstein showed us, we do have intersecting points within that waveform. And that so the energies are available to us at certain points in that structure. If we had the ability to fully become angelic, we could step outside of time. And then you could access the energies all the time. And even in your meditative state, you can make these intentions to do so. But your physicality is within time. So connecting with them separately within the unified whole brings forth their highest aspects and does not pertain to their lower aspects at all. That is the beauty of the unified whole. It eliminates the individual aspects that are not in oneness. Melaresi and myself have been asked to be the spokespeople for the unified whole within the consciousness and are part of the unified whole command. This post was started physically with Im and continues with us. We are honored that we have been apprised of this information, as it has made our life change greatly, allowing the forces of light to be within us each moment. When it is not, which does happen, we notice immediately that our thoughts, feelings, and how we interact with each other or others is what we call very 3D. We have come to realize that the expression of oneness that each of us desires is truly within us, but that it is that third dimensional reality that has not allowed it to surface. As you walk this pathway, and as you bring in the unified whole, you're not bringing in a pantheon, you're bringing in the oneness, and you will notice a difference. You will get to the point where you will fully understand that the human that you are, which is a spiritual being in a human body, does not, in its nature, want to be in the lower energies at all. And you will find that once the pantheons of the third and fourth dimension are removed from your consciousness, from your thinking, that is your culture and the images from your media, and the stories that you tell that have so much drama, which as humans we all love so much. Think of every movie and every book, even every piece of music. It must have drama. Once that is all removed, you find out that you are not who you thought you were. You become a person who enjoys being in the higher dimensions of love and bliss and oneness that everyone talks about so much within the New Age community. It has always been talked about within the religious community. And even the New Age community, therefore, can be a dogma. Because without understanding the totality of who you are in the oneness, you will think that it is simply a question of walking around in bliss. And that is not true. Because we, humans, are on a physical, planetary existence. And so we, as humans, need to always keep in our consciousness that we can fall back very easily. And so with the assistance of the Unified Whole, we, personally, Mel and Mike, have realized that you have the ability and the tool to quickly bring your consciousness back up, by choice, to those higher vibrations. Through them, we have created a protection decree that allows us to access these energies continually, which is what we utilize in our telecalls and classes along with our own personal life quite frequently. We call upon these energies in the morning, upon awakening, when we go to sleep, when we leave our house, when we return to our house, when walking into the public. Shopping, going to stores. Because when you're out in the public, away from your, say, your private, serene area, the lower frequencies attach themselves to our fields. This is something that most people in the New Age community do not want to think about, accept, or even put any energy toward. Because the belief system is that they are an all-powerful, supreme, divine being of light, and therefore they don't have any issues with lower energy forms. If you are around such a person who believes such a thing 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, can you attest that they do indeed behave as a supreme being of light and love and peace 24/7, 365 days a year? We would suggest to you that it is because they are human that they cannot do so consistently. And we would further suggest that the reason that they cannot do so as a human is because by being human they have accepted the pathway of walking into a creation that has lower vibrational frequencies, so they can once again remember how to personally and responsibly, on their own, raise their vibrations. This is what happens when you walk into the public. These lower energy forms, they may not be conscious entities, but they could be. They may just be thought forms from the pantheons. I like to think of it as something that we didn't know. That every one of us that is on this planet of Earth, no matter who we are, is walking around with a virtual busload of other consciousnesses, thought forms, energies, that goes with us wherever we go. Unless we actually work to remove that busload from us. And even then, if you know anything about the contracts that you sign to become a human, to walk on planet Earth, which is probably the size of an unabridged Funkenwangle's dictionary, the size of almost a set of encyclopedias. Because we have so many lifetimes and timelines of past, we bring all this with us too. All of these lower energies are directed toward us to try to stop us from performing our work as a light being. But they by right are there because we have agreed that we want to remember what our true essence really is. Some of these can be from the lower energies that are working very hard presently to stop individuals from ascending into the higher realms. And this includes actual entities of the non-Christed intergalactics and many others. that have tried to control the forces within our planetary system for eons of time. We all know that story. We now know that protection is important, but working with the Unified Whole takes protection to a whole new level of awareness. It will help to accelerate your individual field by allowing the energies that are from the higher self and the I Am presence to fully accept the physical reality of who you are. That is, that in the past timelines of our evolution, it has been rather difficult for the higher self and the I Am presence to come fully into the physical body that we are inhabiting. You all know who's done this before, but there are so very few in the past that have done so. Lord Buddha, Master Jeshua, known as Jesus, many saints, Lord Sananda, Saint Germain, all of the masters, Master Babaji, Master Kathumi, Sai Baba, Yoganandi. But why is it that there are so few? Because that was just simply the way it was. It required an extremely diligent pathway to break through the confines of everything we're speaking about. That pathway is not necessarily all that much easier, because it still requires one to see fully through the illusions that surround everything that we experience as humans. This goes way beyond things like the movie The Secret. That is just the beginning of awareness into what truly is going on. So the Unified Whole will help you with that awareness. In fact, it will help you with every aspect of traveling the mastership pathway. For that is why one becomes human. However, it does not necessarily mean that one will become a master in any given lifetime. It may take thousands, as we know. But now, in this particular moment of time, within our physical time-space reality, we have the chance, we have the opportunity to step into it with our full consciousness, like at no other time in our history. So we have been passed on a teaching from the Unified Whole into how to embrace them, initiate and invocate them within your own life. And it goes as follows. It is the Unified Whole decree. And you do say all of it. This is what you say. 000144000 Unified Whole online. Why do we say it that way? Because it is not an analogy that the human mind understands the concepts of computers and technology. It is an evolution of humanity to understand the concepts of computers and technology and the logic and the structures and the grid lines that are formed by such energies. We can understand them if they're sitting on a board in front of us, inside a box. But what we are not so readily wanting to understand is that our very structure, our organic substances, are made up of the same energy lines of frequencies and vibrations. And yet, this is the way it is. So saying 000 is the timelessness of the 0 point in all of its frequencies. and saying 144 is the absolute completion of all that is. And returning it to the formlessness and the timelessness of the 0 point, of the 000, completes the circuit. So we say 000, 144, 000, unified whole online, and then we count upwards. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once we reach 10, we count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. Then we return to the single digits, 141, 142, 143, 144. As I have been speaking, you should have been feeling a shift in your awareness. Because as you feel the energies of the 144th dimensional frequency, it is a clear shift in your frequency. To make this even more powerful, we encourage you to tap your fingers on a table or on your leg or on your arm as you count upwards in the sequence. It not only helps you to be physically aware of the changes in the frequency, it also helps the unified whole travel through those grid lines and that circuitry to find you. It works both ways. We now call upon Lord Melchizedek, Lord Metatron, and the Mahatma to infuse within us a platinum net. Breathing deeply, feel this net come around your four-body system. On the out-breath, feel it being removed with all the debris of your entire field. We now call upon the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute any discordant energies, and call upon Paul the Venetian with the pink flame of active intelligence to bring forth compassion and love in the four-body system. Together they represent vibratory communication. Feel that running through your body now. We now call upon Lord Buddha to infuse the golden flame of the Christ consciousness up through the Earth star. It spins clockwise and creates a dome of protection in the shape of a pyramid to the soul star. On the outside of the pyramid, as the soul star and the Earth star spin simultaneously, mirrors are placed that represent the 144 dimensional frequencies of light. Anything that is not of this frequency will be retracted to the source. You may now call upon any of your master teachers, guides, angels, or beings that assist you. Call upon them in wholeness, in the oneness of the unified whole. When you are ready to return, we bring the energies back down. 143, 142, 141, 140, 130, 120, 110, 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have returned to the zero balance. But now bring your awareness and your frequency up to the fifth dimension, as that is where we want to be as ascended beings on a new earth. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a breath. Feel the difference. We can tell you that this is just the beginning. You will feel a difference in your life and how energies interact with you. We have provided a much more extensive protection class, in which we provided a protection meditation that goes deep into the cellular level that helps with each of these elements that each of us are doing. It's available as an MP3 download along with 3 other powerful meditations, and it's listed under our seminars. 5D protection class at walkingterrachrista.com. We want you to know that even though we have given you many concepts to be understood, to introduce the unified whole to you, that it is always best to simply allow your awareness to receive these energies, for nothing can be received by you if you state and believe that you are the master of your awareness. And in that awareness, that nothing that you do not want to become part of you can become part of you. This does not apply to all those things that are already in you, but it does apply to new concepts such as this. So if you state that I only want that which is of my highest good and highest purpose within the totality of all that I am, that I am, that I am, then you will only receive the effects of that which is appropriate for you. Try to work with the unified whole and see if it is appropriate for you. It may not be, depending on your pathway. But we would suggest to you that you give it a shot with open arms. Many blessings in love and light in the true oneness that we are. Namaste.